Hello YouTube, Robert Alvarez the Psychic Witch, also known as Mr. Lighting and a Fan. So, I've mentioned previously that one of the least favorite videos on YouTube are unboxing videos. Now I happen to love unboxing videos, especially when it involves either a tarot deck or a divination deck or an oracle card deck. So, I have several people that I love and adore. Some of them are clients, some of them are students, and some of them have not availed themselves of my psychic services, but they love and adore me so much that they want to give me a deck. And it makes it easier for me to present them with a wish list. Now this is not an Amazon wish list. This is a wish list that I create using email. Like my primary email address is with Excite, so I go into Excite and I type the title of the deck and who created it, who's the illustrator, the copyright, the publishing house, etc. I mean the copyright date, the publishing house, where it's located, etc. And then this year, well, what's left of it, what I did was I created a little bit of commentary on why I want this deck so much. So one of those individuals, who I hold in enormously high esteem, gave me a belated Yule gift. And I actually received it yesterday, but I needed to pick it up from my local post office today. So I am excited about it because I've known about this deck for a while, and with me, there's always a story. When it comes to a gift, when it comes to anything in my life, there's usually a story behind it. I really am more of a bard than I give myself credit for. So one of my all-time favorite places on the planet is New Hope, Pennsylvania. And my favorite place to buy things in New Hope is called Gypsy Heaven, which is the witch shop of New Hope. And I remember one day I went in there, and it wasn't that long ago. I honestly don't remember if it was this year or last year. And I had and I loathe using this term, but it's the only term that's going to come out of my mouth because we've talked about how the goddess wants me to say what she wants me to say. So I had a brain fart. And essentially what happened was I saw this deck. I wanted this deck. And for some reason I left the store without buying the deck. And then, as I'm having my café au lait, which I'll talk to you about in another video or later in this video, I'm like, you know what, I need to go back. So I went back, and then not Brosaliandi, but somebody else who works in the store had said that they just sold it to a customer. And I was like, motherfuck! I was not thrilled. I was not happy. And I'm like, you know what? It's okay. I've developed a very zen attitude with regards to, well, I don't know if it's zen, but, when I get upset, I let it all hang out. I let my bitch flag fly. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get over this shit now. And sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't. Oh, and before I forget, it is currently 4:19 p.m., and the current date is Tuesday, December 29th, 2015. Okay, so, went to my local post office, and got the deck. Here is the box. It was raining a lot last night and this morning in my area, so that's why it's in the plastic bag, just in case. Sent by priority mail. Now here's the interesting thing I want to tell you. So the person who gave me this belated Yule gift, it turns out that it was actually less expensive buying it on the website of the artist and the author of this deck. So if you want to save a couple of bucks, don't go to Amazon.com to buy this deck. Go to the actual website. And I will definitely include, it's gorgeous. Oh, wow. Oh, I knew there was something special inside here. It was so funny because I kept thinking, I kept envisioning, like psychically seeing a bigger box, a bigger cardboard box. And oh, it's so gorgeous. So this is some of the artwork of Katherine Skaggs, and the tarot deck is called the Mythical Goddess Tarot, and it's big. I can hear Avalon of Avalon Spiritual Odyssey saying how much she loves the box. So this is a nice box. Okay, by the way, I have a thing about boxes. I've always loved boxes. I don't know what it is. You know, jewelry boxes. You know, boxes like this. You know, things like this. I love shit like this. This makes me very happy. You know, I'll show you another box. But yeah, I love boxes like this. You know, this kind of stuff makes me very happy. So, okay, so this is the cover, and yes, that's my celestial mother on the cover. And this is what it reads in the back. I'm actually going to unwrap this, and I'm very excited about this. Like, I'm even more excited now than I was a few moments ago. Yes. So yes, and as Mr. Prosperity, I am one for saving money. So, garbage. So yeah, save some money by buying it not at Amazon.com, but going to the actual publishing house website. Okay, so the person who created the deck is named Sage Holloway, and the artist's name is Katherine Skaggs, and it's Katherine with a K. The Mythical Goddess Tarot is here to assist you in realizing your sacred feminine essence. This 78-card deck and full-color 128-page guidebook provide direct access to the goddess through her many faces. These beautiful images are portals into dimensions of power and support. This easy-to-use tarot deck will bring joyful transformation to you and your world. And look, there was a quote from the Dr. James Wanless, who created the Voyager Tarot, so I'm going to read that too. The Mythical Goddess Tarot gives us the ancient future, universal myths or stories of the deep feminine principle with new inspiration and hope that guide us toward a life of peace and love. Brilliantly painted, these compelling cards activate the wisdom of the ages embodied in our human unconscious. Now is the time for allowing these pulsing archetypal symbols to make magic the bloodstream of the universe. To make magic, as in the bloodstream of the universe being magic. Oh, and look at this big-ass box. You know, you could this is like a brick. You could clock somebody with this. I was conceived when the sun was in Aries, so there's a part of me that looks at things like, okay, that could be used as a weapon in a pinch. Look at this, man. Yes, the name of the company is called Star Chalice Sisters. And it has a little section in the box. Now, you know, it's funny because I almost never put the, you know, when I've taught tarot, when I've taught divination decks and oracle card decks, I always teach my students, well, put the cards on top of the guidebook. Because if you do that, you'll be more inclined to reach for the cards first, not the guidebook. This, however, the box is designed so that one has to reach for the guidebook first. So I might need to purchase a goddess-oriented tarot pouch for this deck, which I think is a very good idea. So I'm going to put these... Now, you know what? Let me take a quick look at the booklet. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's look at this. Litany of the Earth Mother. Oh, I'm going to have so much fun with this. Oh, this is a Druid invocation. You know what? I always pray before I do a video. Why not during a video? O Earth Mother, thou of uncounted names and faces, thou of the many-faceted nature in and above all, nature incarnate, love and life fulfilled, look favorably upon this place. Grace us with your presence. Inspire and infuse us with your powers. By all the names by which you have been known, O Earth Mother, come unto us. So it has an introduction. It talks about the goddess. It talks about the Mythical Goddess Tarot deck, how to use this deck, tarot spreads, yoni spread, spiral spread, double helix spread, the importance of the quote-unquote negative cards, major arcana, the goddesses, minor arcana, seas, winds, earth, fire, or more commonly known as cups, swords, pentacles, and wands respectively, Mythical Goddess Tarot author, and Mythical Goddess Tarot artist. Yeah, I'm really going to love using this deck. And yes, in case you were wondering, I am going to be using this deck for readings at the Oracle of Dreams Tarot and Astrology Salon at Catland in exactly Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 5 days. Yes. Has a section on the different symbols. Alright, I'm getting excited even more. So I'm going to put this over here for the moment. My gorgeous celestial mother. Ooh, I've never loved that sound more. Interesting. The major arcana cards have a purple background. This is not the first tarot deck that I've seen that has that. Now, I'm sure there are some goddesses that I don't know who they are, unlikely as that may seem, but if I don't know who she is, I'll tell you. So, on the Fool, Ozume. Oh. And the cards, the cards are in different order. Okay. They're making it fun for me. Okay. Ozume is the Japanese goddess of laughter. And she is the goddess who coaxed, what she did was she lifted up her skirts and showed off her wisecracks, not unlike the ancient Greeks' Balbo. And she did this so that Amaterasu, the Japanese goddess of the sun, and specifically the rising sun, would return. Yeah, and there's a kaleidoscope pattern on the back, too. So, the Magician card is renamed Sorceress, and it appropriately depicts Morgan Le Fay. Probably one of the most misunderstood and much misaligned of the Arthurian legends. She was bold in her love for the goddess. She was always open about her love and devotion to the goddess. And what happened to her? She got screwed over by two men that she loved and adored. Don't get me started on I'll get on a Mary J. Blige kick. Okay. And of course, my celestial mother who gave birth to my soul, the ultimate high priestess, Osset, or as the ancient Greeks and Romans called her, Isis. I know somebody's going to love this goddess on the Empress card, Guanxi, the Chinese goddess of mercy, compassion, and forgiveness. And on the Emperor card, which is renamed Power, Lilith, another much misaligned goddess. This one a Semitic goddess. The Hierophant card is renamed Wise Woman, since it is a goddess-themed deck. And Sophia, the Gnostic goddess of wisdom, whose name literally means wisdom, is on the deck. This is the second goddess-themed deck that depicts Sophia looking very pregnant. And it's ironic because Sophia is the divine daughter of Sage, the Gnostic goddess of the silence. From silence comes wisdom. Sage gave birth to Sophia. Silence gave birth to wisdom. The Lover's card is renamed Ecstatic Union, and it is appropriately depicting Shakti, the Hindu goddess of energy. She is the one after whom the goddess gates, more commonly known as the chakras, are named. This is interesting. On the Chariot card, Athena, who I've more often seen on the Emperor card, because the Emperor card is astrologically linked to the sun sign Aries, and Athena is a warrioress goddess. And I love the Aegis that depicts the snake, connecting her to the Medusa. The Justice card is renamed Sacred Law, and it depicts Crow Woman. This is one of those shape-shifting goddesses, as we can see, because half of her face looks human and half of her face looks crow. Corvine, if I remember correctly. Wow, I've seen this image before. You know, she reminds me of the artwork of Isha Lerner, who illustrated the Inner Child cards, and who illustrated a goddess-themed tarot deck, which is actually a divination deck, I don't remember it offhand, but I'll have to get that information to you. I'll make sure to include it in the blog post for this YouTube video. So the Hermit card is renamed Oracle, and it depicts Imogen, looking so gorgeous as a purple-skinned mermaid. And here we have another Hindu goddess on the Wheel of Fortune, appropriately Lakshmi. Om Shri Mahalakshmi Hara. Spin the wheel for me and for you. And on the Strength card, White Buffalo Calf Woman. Looking incredibly gorgeous and regal. Interesting. In Chris Walter's The Goddess Tarot, the Hanged Man is renamed Sacrifice, which is also the renaming here. And in that tarot deck, it depicts Guanxi, who I've often referred to as the Mother Mary of the Orient, or the Mother Mary of the East. And here is Mother Mary on the Sacrifice card in this deck, which is so appropriate. And this is now the second goddess-themed tarot deck that depicts Kali Ma on the Death card, and appropriately so, because she is the divine death dealer of the Hindu pantheon. Interesting. So on the Temperance card, which in this tarot deck is renamed Alchemy, we have Briad. And I've actually been thinking about her a lot lately. In fact, I was thinking about her last night and yesterday. And those of us who follow the Witch's Wheel of the Year know that after Yule, after the winter solstice, comes Imbolc. And I'll definitely be talking about her. And I'm actually going to do something I haven't done in a long time. Yes, that's another video. Okay, so the Devil card is renamed Initiation. I think this is actually the second tarot deck where I've seen the Devil card renamed Initiation, and it depicts Mary Magdalene, another misaligned goddess. Interesting. Okay, so so the Tower card is renamed Purifier, and it depicts Pele, the volcanic, the Hawaiian goddess of the volcanoes. After encountering and working with Doreen Virtue's Goddess Guidance Oracle cards, I also refer to her as the Hawaiian goddess of divine passion. I love the channeled message of that card so much, I know it by heart. Be honest with yourself. What is your heart's true desire? And the Star card depicts the Pleiadian star goddess. If anybody knows how to pronounce that better, please let me know. Pleiadian star goddess, which is, she just looks gorgeous here. For the Moon, Ixchel, the Mayan moon goddess. You know, it's funny because there are some moon goddesses that I associate with a very specific lunar phase. In a lot of artwork, she is depicted as having a connection to the full moon. And given that she is a goddess of midwives and birthing, I would say that she, and a lot of women's pregnant stomachs do look like a full moon. I would say that she is a full moon goddess. And look at this gorgeous rainbow. Oh, just gorgeous, just utterly gorgeous. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. The colors of the rainbow flag of the LGBT community. Not a coincidence. And then for the Sun, and this is the second or third goddess-themed tarot deck that depicts this goddess appropriately on the Sun card, Amaterasu, the Japanese goddess of the rising sun. Look at how glorious and light-filled she is. I mean radiant, because she's not just light-filled, she is the light of the sacred sun. And this goddess I first encountered in the Universal Goddess Tarot, which I've reviewed on my YouTube channel before. So in this tarot deck, the Judgment card is renamed the Great Void, and it depicts Aditi, the Hindu goddess, the Hindu goddess of knowledge and wisdom, and specifically ancient and infinite knowledge and wisdom. This is now the second or third goddess-themed tarot deck that depicts this goddess on the world card, and appropriately so, Gaia. It's funny, in this tarot deck, this Gaia is more dark, whereas in the Universal Goddess Tarot, she looks more light. You know, it's sunny outside and light-filled, and she's white, and she has strawberry blonde hair. But here, it's twilight, and she is the earth. She is the dark, moist, rich earth. Look at how dark her green is. Look at how full and voluptuous she is. I gotta admit, I like this earth goddess more. No offense to Antonella Platano, whose artwork I love. Oh dear. Okay, they do depict some goddesses. Okay, good. Because I would have been very bitched out if there were no goddesses on these decks. Okay, so this is one of those tarot decks where all of the cards have subtitles. So the Two of Cups is called Love, or the Two of Seas. Ecstasy, the oceanic goddess of ecstasy. The oceanic crone goddess of resurrection. The mother goddess of the oceans of divine perception. The maiden goddess of passion. The child oceanic goddess of innocence. Purity. Joy. Depletion. Denial. Pleasure. And this mermaid looks very happy. Cleansing. Which is funny because here are 5 frogs, and in the Native American cosmology, the frog does represent cleansing. The turtle represents Mother Earth. Desire. Oh, that's interesting. This one depicts dragons. A purple one, a pink one, and a green one. Compassion. The maiden goddess of the wind. Clarity. Okay, so I'm going to say I'm a little disappointed that there are no goddesses on these cards. Yeah. So, but you know what? I don't regret doing this video. I have that puss on my face. I know, because I'm like, wait a minute. You didn't include goddesses on the minor arcana? You know? Which is ironic considering how many of us call upon a goddess for things like love and relationships, cup C's, for things like physical health and well-being and finances, pentacles, earth, for clarity and illumination and creativity, wind, swords, not to mention spiritual illumination and physical vitality, fire, wands. Okay. 10 of wind, illusion. 9 of wind, criticism. 8 of wind, confusion. And there are some goddess images, but I'm going to need to spend some time with these cards and intuit which of these goddesses are a part of this deck. 7 of wind, pessimism. Very appropriate, actually. 6 of wind, intention. One of my favorite words. Those of us that have studied Reiki, we hear that word a lot. 5 of wind, fear. Very appropriate subtitle. 4 of wind, patience, depicting another star goddess. 3 of wind, isolation. It would be very easy for me to say that to crow, given the presence of crow woman, but it could easily be a raven. Magic in the air. 2 of wind, depicting a white flamingo and a pink. Balance. Ace of wind, realization. Definitely, this would be any goddess connected to the throat and or the brow chakras. Crone of Wind, visionary. Mother of Wind, creativity. Child of Wind, design. Maiden, oh, hold on. I went to a different suit. Yeah, I'm going to say that the child would be equivalent to the page, the maiden to the knight, the mother to the queen, and the crone to the king. Those of us that work with non-traditional tarot decks, sometimes we need to use those keys, if you will. And the Mother of Earth is subtitled Birth, and she is the Earth Mother who is on the same page as the Druid invocation. And you could also interpret it loosely. Like, let's say, instead of like thinking about which goddess would be represented on the crone of the Earth, on the Crone of Earth card, think about it like, okay, so there's something that needs to come to an end. There's something that you need to let go or close the door about with regards to your health, or with regards to your finances, or with regards to anything that at one point was grounding and stabilizing for you. Five of Earth, manipulation. This is certainly one of those cards that would come up in a client's relationship with somebody that's dependent on finances. Like if you're dependent on somebody else for economic stability, that card would certainly come up. Six of Earth, success, showing the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Love this card. Seven of Earth, failure. Eight of Earth, nurturance. Look at this big, beautiful woman. This is a Mother Earth figure, absolutely. Nine of Earth, community, which is the back of the card design. No, it's not. I thought it was. How strange. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, it could be the 10 of Earth. Okay. Okay. 9 of Earth, community. 10 of Earth, fruition. Definitely a card of plenty, plentifulness, prosperity. Ace of Earth, manifestation. 2 of Earth, cycles, and I love how it depicts the Ouroboros in the figure of a lemniscate, the figure 8 symbol. You have the Earth below, and you have the galaxy above. As above, so below. As within, so without. 3 of Earth, works, and I love her. She's depicted as having all of the chakras as part of her dress, as part of her complete being. Oh, I love this. 4 of Earth, boundaries. Not the first tarot deck that I've encountered where the 4 of Earth, or the 4 of coins, or the 4 of Pentacles has this as a subtitle. This is the card that is reminding you to exercise the freedom in saying no. Meaning saying no as a way of experiencing more personal, professional, financial freedom. Ace of Fire, illumination. 6 of Fire, forgiveness. They're not all in order. I like that. 5 of Fire, conflict, depicting 5 dragons. Red, light blue, no, that's more of a purple. No, that's a different dragon. Okay, so red, sky blue, navy blue, purple, and green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of Fire. The card is appropriately subtitled Conflict. And the 5 of Wands is all about conflict. That's the one that traditionally depicts 5 men mock fighting, but they don't look like they're mock fighting to me. 4 of Fire, completion. And I love how the symbol of the flames looks like the double dorji symbol in Buddhism. 3 of Fire, delight, as in of the light. 2 of Fire, centering. You know, one of my favorite episodes of Star Trek Enterprise was when T'Pol had gone to... it was a flashback episode, and T'Pol had done some work in this saloon or bar type of deal, and this young kid who was saving up money for a college education had asked her, do you use the flame of the candle as a centering? Or do you, I forgot how he phrased it, but it was something like, do you use the candle's flame to center your energies, or do you use it as a focus tool? And she was a bit bewildered, like, oh, somebody non-Vulcan knows about this. And of course, I won't spoil the ending, because I can hear River Song in my mind saying, spoilers. So I'm not going to spoil it for you if you haven't watched it. Okay. So, 7 of Fire, Courage. This could be a minor arcana equivalent of the Strength card given the symbology on it. 8 of Fire, Expression, and definitely expression in the creative. For me anyway, because I'm looking at this like an artist looks at this, like an artist's rendering of creative self-expression. Maiden of Fire, Resolution. Crone of Fire, how appropriate it depicts a phoenix. Transmutation, taking the negative and eliminating the negative, the inherent negativity of it. Transmutation is equivalent to taking snake venom and using some of it to create the antidote. 10 of Fire, Self-Destruction. That looks like a very poisonous snake to me. I don't know about you, but... Mother of Fire, Regeneration. She looks like an older Wonder Woman to me. Especially around the eyes and the hair. That's Diana Prince, as far as I'm concerned. 9 of Fire, Integrity. Child of Fire, Creative Spark. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The Mythical Goddess Tarot. So I'm going to need to work a little bit more with this. I'm still going to use this deck in 5 days at the Tarot and Astrology Oracle of Dream Salon at Catland. But I as much as I love the deck, I'm disappointed that there are not goddesses on every card. So I'm going to need to go through it and assign my own goddesses to them. And yes, but yeah, I love that. I love the color coding of each suit. And I love the deck. The deck makes me happy because it is a beautiful gift, a blessed Yule gift from somebody that I hold in high esteem. So I'm going to enjoy working with this deck very, very much. So there you have it, YouTube. The Mythical Goddess Tarot, created by Sage Holloway, illustrated by Katherine Skaggs, and it was published by Soul Chalice's Sisters. Didn't even give you the copyright. Copyright. And I don't regret having the deck. Absolutely not. Okay, so it has several copyrights. Officially from 2008 to 2015. First printing 2008. Second printing 2011, which is the revised and updated edition. And this is the revised expanded edition, which is in its third printing, which is copyrighted this year, 2015. What's up to 2015 anyway. And Star Chalice Sisters Publishing is located in Fort Collins, Colorado. And I will definitely be including the website address. And again, you can save money ordering it directly from their website than from Amazon.com. I think that's a good thing. I'm going to love using this deck. I probably will not use the Yoni spread because I don't have a vagina. But I have no doubt that I'll be using the spiral spread and the double helix spread. And I will share with you very quickly another spread that I learned from the Goddess Oracle, which was created by Amy Sophia Marashinsky and illustrated by Harana Janto. And it's a deck that I need to have replaced because the copy that I had got very dirty, and not in a good way. So I really can't use it for readings right now. But basically, it's called the Goddess Support Group Spread. And what one can do is one can either sit cross-legged on the floor, or sit at a table and either place a photograph of himself or herself in the center of the table, or write his or her name on a piece of paper and place it in the center of the table. And then shuffle the deck thoroughly, thinking about the issue at hand and the goddesses that are ready to support you and give you their goddess support and their goddess guidance with regards to that issue, that challenge, that endeavor. Doesn't have to be something negative. It could be something really positive. And shuffle the deck, focus on that intention. Then you can cut the deck into 3 piles, put them back together, and then lay out 13 cards. I always recommend 13 because I'm a witch, and 13 is a sacred witch number because there are 13 full moons in a full moon year. There are 13 full moons in a full lunar year, rather. But if, let's say that your significant number is 10 or 11 or 22 or 33, I wouldn't recommend more than 22 cards. Just that's what I'm getting from Goddess. That's what I'm getting intuitively. But again, it's your reading. You could lay out every card in the deck if you really feel like you need every goddess in the deck to support you. The Goddess Oracle has 52 cards, so it's an ideal deck for pulling 1 card a week for 52 weeks. I will say that with regards to any deck, you can use it with any goddess-themed tarot deck or divination deck. I probably wouldn't use it with this one because not every card depicts a goddess, but once I've assigned goddesses to each of the minor arcana cards, then yeah, I probably would do it with that. But it's really one of my personal favorite spreads to use with regards to using a goddess-themed deck, and it works so well. For me, it works so well with any goddess-themed tarot or divination deck. I've used that spread with Goddess Guidance Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. I've used that spread with the Universal Goddess Tarot created by Maria Carati and illustrated by Antonella Platano. You could certainly modify it and make an angel support group spread and use an angel-themed tarot deck or an angel-themed divination deck. If you want to work with the masculine divine and use a deck that depicts gods, male deities, you could use it that way. If you have a stronger preference for saints, then you can use a deck that depicts saints, whether it's a tarot deck or a divination deck, and see what comes up for you. In any event, YouTube, thank you so much for honoring who I am and what I do. Let me know what you think about the deck, if you have the deck, if you're going to buy the deck, whatever comments you have, let me know. I wish you many blessings, and there will be a few other videos coming up, so if you see the same outfit, now you know why. Because I did promise one of my favorite subscribers, Warrior Goddess, that I would do a video about Mercury retrogrades, because that is a topic that never gets old, especially not for me, and for, I would imagine, not for a lot of fellow professional astrologers. But for now, I wish you many goddess blessings, and I wish you a beautiful day. Bye.